So again we are going to start. A new chapter, we are going to start a new chapter. So before we start, just to pray for 1 second. Okay, next chapter is the biological classification of the organisms into groups. So we already studied various categories used in classification. Now we are going to see how some histories about how classification started and so on. So you can see even before a very long time back, actually humans, they started dividing all the living organisms into various groups. First person who tried this one is Aristotle, that is his name. Aristotle, he tried to classify all the organisms. You know, there are 1.7 to 8 million organisms are around, and he tried to classify into two categories, plants and animals. Only the first classification method he used was living organisms into two groups, that is plants and animals. Aristotle. He divided the whole organism, living organism, into two groups, plants and animals. And plants again he divided into three. That is called herbs, shrubs and trees. You know what is the difference between herb means? Like grass, small plants are called herbs. Shrubs, like a middle type of tree, like for example coffee plant, like that middle type of tree. Trees, larger trees. And this is a classification he used for plants. Then animals he classified into two groups. He classified into those that are having blood, red colored blood. So higher including human beings, you can see our blood is reddish in color, and but there are animals without red colored blood. For example, insect, there is no, if you kill an insect and you examine, there is no red colored. So second one, not colored, second group. So classified plants into herbs, shrubs, middle type of tree, trees, and animals into animals in which the body is having red colored blood and without red colored blood, and they are grouped into two. But many organisms were not included in this two group. For example, bacteria had no space here, and bacteria and then so many other organisms, amoeba like protozoans, they are not included in any of the group. So this classification was incomplete because, and again another, fungi. Fungi had no place here because fungi is having cell wall, and it is a fungus means, you know, mushroom like organisms, and you can see it is not having green color, and it is having cell wall. So it was, even again it was not classified into any group. So this two kingdom classification, it was divided into two kingdom. This is two kingdom classification. Aristotle two kingdom classification. It was actually not a good method of classification, earlier first two kingdom classification, because many organisms were left out. So then next classification, modification of the classification, it came later. After we studied more about plants and animals, we studied about cell structure long time back. when we understood the cell structure and methods of nutrition, modes of nutrition, photosynthetic or photosynthetic or not photosynthetic, modes of nutrition. Then also the methods of reproduction. After studying all this one later, after many years, methods of reproduction, you can the new methods of classification develop, and this is the next classification method which we are using now is a 5 kingdom classification. 5 kingdoms are there. Living organisms are divided into 5 major kingdoms. First was only 2 kingdoms, now 5 kingdoms. 5 kingdoms, these are the 5 kingdoms. You can see the first one is Monera. First kingdom Monera. Second kingdom is called Protista. Third one is called fungi. Fourth one is plants and plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So now actually we are following this 5 kingdom classification, and this classification was actually first done by important biologist R.H. Whittaker. Whittaker is the one. Aristotle first one, second one R.H. Whittaker, and he is the one who classified like this. Classified into 5 kingdom classification. So the first 2 kingdom classification, second one is 5 kingdom classification. Now we are following 5 kingdom classification, in which all the bacteria are coming under Monera bacteria group, and then you can see Protista, protozoans are coming like amoeba and so many unicellular protozoans are there. Amoeba is coming here. Fungi, mushroom, even rhizopus you studied last year, rhizopus, that fungus which you studied last year, and all plants coming in plant kingdom, and all animals under animal kingdom. The first one we are going to see about first group is Monera group. Monera means bacteria group. Monera. This is a bacteria group. So bacteria again we can classify group into 4 categories based on their shape. We can classify into 4 categories based on the shape we can classify. The diagrams are given in the textbook. 4 types based on the shape. So bacteria, they are having different shape. Based on then we divide them into 4 different types. There you can see the spear shaped ones. They are called coccus. Coccus, plural is cocci. And second type is bacillus, rod shape. Bacillus is having rod shape. They are bacillus. Then third type, coma shape, they are called vibrio. Vibrio, coma shape. Coma shape is called vibrio. And the last type is called spirillum. Spirilla, plural, spirillum. It is a spiral shape. Spiral shape. So it is a spiral shape, spirillum. So these are the bacteria Monera group. Bacteria group is again divided into different types based on the shape. Coccus, some disease, pneumococcus. Pneumonia is caused by pneumococcus, this bacteria. Then so many diseases, bacillus also, TB, you know, sham. It is caused by tuberculosis bacillus. Second name is bacillus. And like that, all these are causing diseases, and many of them are useful also, which we will see later. So these are the four different groups of bacteria based on their shape. Now, again we are classifying bacteria into two groups. Some of the bacteria are called even here. Some of them are photosynthetic, meaning they can they make their own food. Photosynthetic because they have chloroplast, and some of them are heterotropic. They cannot make their food. Many of them are disease causing. So different groups are there. So bacteria again we divided into two major groups, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. So two types of bacteria again, bacteria group again. Our Monera is again divided into Monera, again divided into two groups, not based on the shape, based on other characteristics. One is called Archaebacteria, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaea means old type. Archaea means old type of bacteria. Eu means true bacteria. This is the true bacteria. This is the old type of bacteria that is living in very harsh climate. Harsh climate means they can live in a very salty environment, and if they are living in a very salty environment, we call them halophiles. Very salty environment, by lagoons, we might have heard about lagoon in some coral islands and all. These lagoons are there where the salt concentration is very high. So some bacteria can survive in very salty environment. They are called halophiles. Some of them can live in a very hot waters. For example, where there is volcanic activity. If a mountain is having volcanic activity, springs that is coming through from such mountains, the water will be very hot, and sometimes even it will be 100 degrees centigrade. But some bacteria can live there. They are called thermoacidophiles. That is the second group. Then another group which can live and in the alimentary canal of cow and all, which help in the digestion of cellulose in cow and herbivorous animal. Cow, from the cow dung we produce gobar gas, and this gas is methane gas. This methane gas is produced by some bacteria living in the alimentary canal of cow. They are called methanogens, and they are living in marshy areas also. Methanogens. Methanogens means bacteria living in marshy areas or also in this herbivorous animals. They can produce the gas methane. Methyl gas can be produced. We know it is used for cooking, and this gas can be produced by this bacteria. So these are the different type of Archaebacteria. And the second type is true bacteria. So Monera, first Archaebacteria, second group is true bacteria. This is the true bacteria which we are going to see later. Again it is divided. So I stop here. So first two kingdom classification, second two kingdom only plants and animals, second 5 kingdom classification. In 5 kingdom classification you can see bacteria, fungi, protozoans, plants and animals are included, and even now we are following that 5 kingdom classification. The first group is bacteria group, and this bacteria group is again that group is divided into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaea means old, ancient, that is the meaning. Why these Archaebacteria can survive in such a very harsh climate? Because of the presence of a very thick cell wall. They are having, bacteria are having cell wall. You studied about bacterial structure last year. They are prokaryotes having very thick cell wall. Because of the thick cell wall, they can live in a very harsh climate like salt water and in places like very highly high temperature water, such places they can easily survive. So we will stop here. We will continue bacteria next class. Okay.